What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Ryan Pineda Show, where we go over all things real estate investing, business, entrepreneurship, you name it, we're talking about it. And today we are talking about, should you invest in real estate with everything going on in the world right now? So we're going to answer that in a second. But before we get into all that, if you don't already, please make sure you go and follow me on all the social media channels, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. I'm very active. Shoot me a DM. I'd love to talk with you. So there are two trains of thoughts when people are talking about buying real estate right now. The first train of thought is, hey, right now I need to buy. There's some great deals going on. People are selling properties at a discount. They're scared. They don't know what's going to happen. And so, they're going to be giving me their properties for pennies on the dollar. The second train of thought is, hey, we're not even close to how bad this is gonna be. Once people start having to make their mortgage payments again, once they don't get their jobs back, people are gonna get foreclosed on and things are gonna get way worse as this thing goes on. So obviously the people who think on the second part don't wanna buy right now. They think that, hey, if they wait, they're gonna get a better deal. Whereas the people who think right now is the time to get a good deal, they're trying to take action and get deals. If you want to know exactly what I think is going to happen with the economy and how I think this recession is going to affect real estate, for those of you who didn't see it yet, I actually did a video about an article I wrote for Forbes last year about a possible recession. And I talked about what was going to happen in that article. And in the video, we went over, hey, are those things happening now that we've got all of this going on? So click right here if you want to go watch that video. I'll also link it in the comments below. One of the big themes that I talked about in that video is that there's going to be less competition. And we are already seeing that now. You have less people trying to buy because there are more investors who think, hey, by waiting, I can get a better deal. Or you just have people who are in a really tough position right now so they couldn't buy even if they wanted to. So my theory is this: it doesn't really matter if you think things are going to get worse or if you think things are, at the bottom right now. The reality is, with real estate investing, you can make money in all situations. For example, my team and I are still buying properties right now, and here's why. If we're buying flips, we right now have less competition than ever, and we are getting deeper discounts than we have in years. Before all of this happened, we were okay making 20 grand a flip. That was kind of our bare minimum. Now we have less competition. Now we have more uncertainty, so our minimum has to go higher. And for the last couple of months, our minimum was 35 to 40,000, depending on how risky the deal was. So our margins are much better. And since March, we have not seen a decline in prices. Properties that I've bought in February and March before all this went down are still selling today for the same prices that we had thought that they would sell for. So that's good. That means the market's stable right now and we're getting deeper deals and making bigger profits. So I believe it's a great time to flip. And that's what we're doing. Now, I'll tell you this from our own experience. Sellers aren't just giving away properties for free. There are many sellers who think that everyone is overreacting, this is gonna blow over, and their properties are gonna be just fine. So don't think that everyone's just giving away these properties, because they're not. We're just getting better deals because we have less competition going to buy these properties. Many of the sellers that we're getting deals from have the same issues that they've had before. They weren't pandemic related. They're moving, they just wanna sell quick, the property needs a lot of repairs, just your typical stuff. So as buyers looking for off-market properties, we really haven't seen sellers panic. And when we go to sell those properties, we're still getting what we thought we would get. So the other side of that is, okay, let's say you don't want to flip, you want to have rentals. I think right now is an amazing time to buy rentals too. I think anytime is a great time to buy rentals. And here's why. With rentals, the cash flow is what's more important than the price. Now granted, every time you buy a property, you should be getting a good deal. You should be getting equity so that you can refinance later on, or that if you choose to sell, you can actually make some money. I never really advise paying market value for a property. So I have a lot of people say, well, yeah, I do want to buy rentals and I do want a good deal, but what if prices get even cheaper? Well, then you keep buying. If prices keep getting cheaper and you're still getting cash flow, you're still getting equity, you'll be okay. I'll give you an example. Let's say you got a property that's worth $100,000 and you get it for $70,000. That's a good deal, right? And then let's also say that it cash flows and makes you good money. You plan on holding this property for the long haul. So in 30 years from now, do you think it really matters whether you paid $80,000 for it or $60,000? Whether prices continue to go down, it should not matter because you're in it for the long haul. And even if you get underwater on it, let's just say you paid $80,000 for it and now it's worth $70,000. That's temporary. As long as it cash flows, you're gonna be okay. As we just said, 30 years from now when that loan's paid off, it won't have mattered what you bought it for. You're just gonna own that property and you're gonna get rental income from it. So as far as rentals go, I think now is a great time to buy rentals too. I don't think waiting is going to be the right answer. You know, I've been hearing about a possible recession since 2013. And there were many people that exited the game, they stopped buying. Those type of people are kicking themselves in the butt, right? Had they bought all those properties from 2013 up until now, they would have bought a lot of properties, they would have had a lot of equity, they would have got great deals, they would have got cash flow, they could have flipped them, they could have kept them, they could have done a ton of things, and because they sat on the sideline, they didn't. They're hoping for this perfect situation, this perfect storm, and it never came. And with everything going on in the world now, people are going to do the same. People are going to think by waiting for the perfect storm, they're gonna get all of this opportunity. And I personally just don't ever see that coming. I think that yes, there are going to be a lot of foreclosures when mortgage forbearance is over. I think there's a very real possibility that prices can go down. But if you're buying at a discount the way that you should be, the way that I personally teach my students in my coaching program and my online course, it really should not matter. If you're buying a property at 70% of value or 80% of value, it would take a 20 to 30% drop in the real estate market for you to be at market value. So that's the key. If you're buying good deals, it's always a great time to buy, especially if your properties can cash flow and you can keep them as rentals. And by the way, if you guys are liking this video, if you like cash flow, you like rentals, you like flips, make sure you go and hit the like button with all those other things that you like. And as I said before, if you guys aren't following me on my other social medias, I am constantly vlogging on Instagram stories about my day as an active investor. You can see all of our shenanigans at the office, how we're going after all these off-market deals, how we're walking properties, how I'm managing my team so that we can do over our 100 deals a year. So let me recap for you guys. Number one, it's almost impossible for anyone to predict how this is gonna play out. This is totally unprecedented. The government has never given so much money away, and they're gonna continue to do that. So it's very difficult for anyone to predict what's gonna happen. So if you're somebody who wants to sit on the sideline and see how that plays out, you definitely can, but you're going to miss a ton of opportunity along the way. The second thing, like we talked about, is with rentals, it does not really matter. You're in this for the long haul. You should not be worrying about what the price does. If you're cash flowing, you win. The third thing is, if you are flipping, you have the most risk. It is riskier than buy and holds, but right now you have the least amount of competition that you've had in years. There's less flippers, there's less iBuyers, there's less wholesalers, so there's much more opportunity for you to get a better deal than you're used to. And I still think we have a great market for selling homes. There's still low inventory, there's low supply, buyers are still buying, and you can bet that the government is going to try and incentivize people to spend money and buy. And they do that by having low interest rates, by having grants, and all these other things that they're able to do. Before this pandemic happened, almost everywhere in the country, the market was crazy hot. There was such low supply. It was crazy. So, and even though this has happened and slowed things down, we are still getting multiple offers on properties. We're still getting tons of showings. Buyers are trying to buy. So we're very confident in buying more flips. We're very confident in buying more rentals. We're very confident in putting money out there marketing. We're very confident in everything that we do right now, while others would rather sit on the sideline. Maybe I shouldn't be telling people to get out there and buy. Whatever, it's all good. I want you guys to succeed, just like I want everyone who's read my book, all my students, people who've gone through my online course, people who've gone to my seminars. I want everyone to succeed, and that is part of the reason why we have this channel. I want to give you guys all the knowledge that we have. I want to give you guys the current perspective of what we're going through as a business who is actively doing this. So, should you buy? Absolutely. But with a little asterisk. Only if they're good deals. And that wouldn't even matter if it was a pandemic or not. You should never buy at market value. That's my opinion. So I hope that clears things up for you guys. I hope it makes you a little bit more confident about buying real estate. Hope it makes you confident that we're still buying real estate and buying a lot of it. So I hope that clears things up. I hope it gives you guys confidence to do some deals. I look forward to watching your success. Thank you for watching this channel. Go invest wisely. One of the big things, okay, here we go. If you guys want to know what, for those of you who got